Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we have the Tractable AI panel. And Ted, lots happening with Tractable and exciting news ahead.
Tractable is really shaking things up in the fixed operations business for dealers. Great new technology that's been around for quite a while, but now is more appropriate than ever before. I want the team from Tractable to introduce themselves, starting with James right here.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy Spears, head of automotive AI for Tractable.
My name is Venkat Sathyamurthy. I'm the CEO here at Tractable.
I'm Felix Lau. I'm the general manager for the North America business.
All right, so Venkat, if I may come to you first, tell us a little bit about Tractable. What is it? What does it do? And why is it relevant right now for dealers throughout the country?
Awesome question. I can keep talking about it all day, but I'll try to keep it short, right? Tractable, we started 10 years ago, and we are a premier auto condition assessment technology company there. And we serve a whole range of automotive ecosystem segments here, starting with insurance, dealerships, and auto repairers as well. And we just launched a brand new product which marches our AI from the data centers into the real world, close to the customer there. So we're really excited about it. That's really going to change the fixed ops in a really big way.
Is that the Luma?
It is the Luma scanner. So it brings the entire power of our AI that we built in the cloud right into the fixed ops space, in front of the customers, deep into your workflows, all seamlessly integrated.
All right, so James, I had a chance to see that Luma scanner. Very impressive. It looks like it does an inspection on the service drive early for the customer, or at least early in the process. Tell us about that.
It does, and I'm glad you pointed out early, because at the end of the day, everything's about moving it closer to the customer,
Yes.
moving it far left in the process. We've had unintended consequences with this machine. The ability for a customer to come in, spot damage, and then have that conversation about that damage. And then sometimes there are people that may not know the damage is on the cars. They may feel that the dealer did that damage during the repair or during the service. Well, this is a good way to point that out. Completely unintended consequence, and it really hits home. Fixed operations is seeing that immediately impact them financially. And then what we're able to do now is have a conversation, and then you can have the small repairs done on site by a paintless dent repair, a PDR tech. Or if you have your body shop attached to the shop, you now have this referral. What we're seeing is 300 cars come through, 100 of them have some type of addressable damage.
Wow, is that high?
Yes, and that is about $1 million worth of business coming through each year that they can now in fixed ops start to pick up on.
Felix, it would seem to me this really speaks to the trust and transparency now that's in the forefront for fixed operations. Talk to us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. So we have been in business for over 10 years, and we, have been educating the consumers and the business about AI for a while. And what we've tried to do is to bring this new technology to the dealership, right? And to teach them what is possible and what is up in the marketplace, so that they can actually adopt that into the marketplace themselves and then help them to improve their fixed ops outcome.
Venkat, as we're talking about what Tractable AI is helping dealerships with, you've been very successful in all these verticals in automotive. But now, our dealerships that are listening today, they're thinking about, my business, not now, but also future-proofing my business and making sure that I have the right technology that's going to continue to grow as my customer preferences change too. So how is Tractable AI really helping the dealership adapt to all these customer expectations?
Brilliant question. This is really interesting time frame, because if you walk around anywhere, right, any show, anywhere you go there, it's always talks about AI everywhere, right? So the challenge here is, how do you seamlessly bring AI into everything you do? And great technology needs to be invisible, and it almost feels like magic there. What we do makes it, really improves the customer experience in a really big way. I'll few simple examples, right? Customers buy cars from dealerships. They go back there, maybe during the service period, maybe 2 years, 3 years. What makes them keeps coming back on a regular basis there? They need to have additional services that gets them, see the real value what the dealerships provide, and that's really where what our technology and the scanner can do. Everything from, dealerships become the home base for identifying condition damages. What's happening to my car? What's its worth from a trade-in value? So all of this is seamlessly integrated. That experience, that connection, will really elevate the dealer experience, for the customer as they move on.
And James, we're seeing, dealers embrace this technology. We're seeing a lot of movement again with the trust component, but ROI has to be there too. So how is the ROI really benefiting with Tractable?
Yeah, you start to think of what you're going to take your ROI on. There's many ways. One that's just unreal is being able to spot cars that aren't as bad damage, cars that are ideal candidates to get turned in, cars that will really take the next deal. There's a number of ways to use this. One is spot the damage. Number two is when a car comes in for trade-in, you let that be the truth. Let that be the voice of truth of how you're going to assess the car. Rather than spending 20 or 30 minutes looking at the car, now you're spending time with that customer while the AI is pointing out exactly what's damaged and what's not damaged. So there's a number of deals that you can make off of this. And needless to say, we're picking up $1 million worth of untapped revenue by the damage that's on the cars that they can refer to a shop that they own one or refer to a shop they have a relationship with. So this is an ROI machine.
Felix, this is really exciting and lots of implications for dealerships.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing dealerships, really jumping up on the opportunity, not just because of, the cost of the scanner itself and the ROI, but also, we are seeing the machine is built to be very, very easy to fit into a service drive. It doesn't take up any space at all. So it's really easy to install as well. And so, a lot of the dealerships that we talk to really just want it, today, really.
It's incredible stuff, Ted. And I know we're going to be hearing lots more from Tractable as the year goes on.
Yes, and if I may come to Venkat for the last word, this Luma scanner is really going to raise the bar and setting the bar at a new level for automotive dealers. You're really taking it up a whole lot, and we've learned a whole lot about Tractable from James and your team here today and in the recent weeks as well. Talk to us about what's ahead for Tractable.
So what's ahead is, we need to really get the word out of the scanner because this is an incredible opportunity for all dealerships. From the software side, we have some incredible plans, everything from, doing full 360 that we do, all the way going to underbody, tires, paint, roof, hail damage, name it there. This is one-stop shop. The car drives through, magic happens on the other side. It's going to be invisible, but it's the magical. So expect improvements every week, every month. We'll keep rolling it down.
And Venkat, the customers really like it. The customers like it.
Oh, customers are going to love it there. This is going to provide them insight and, transparency they've never seen before.
All right. This is the big name now, Tractable AI. We have the team here from Tractable. Congratulations on a great presentation today and great start. And a lot ahead, James, from Tractable. So thank you all for being here. Sarah, Vantine are here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, and we're going to be right back.